So good morning, students of 9th standard. I welcome you all to the new session. Hope you're fine, hope you're safe. And so today we'll be continuing what we were doing the last time. Okay, so the last session we were doing a revision of all the basics. And so today we'll be continuing with the exercises of lesson 2. Okay, with all those basics that we saw. We'll be trying to complete the exercises of lesson 2. You can just see they are so simple. We will just finish the exercises. Maybe in the next session we'll be going for the translation, and the assignment for this time, okay, for this session will be you'll be copying all the question answers, okay, the exercises of lesson 2 in your notebook, right? So that's it for now. We'll go to the slides. And here, so the lesson 2 on class. We'll start with the exercises first. Okay, the grammar part we already gave a small introduction the last class. Hope you remember the definite articles, indefinite articles, the verb avoir, être, and so on. And here the verbs that we're gonna use, it's actually the verb être, avoir. Right? So the verb connaître even. Okay, the verb connaître, which means to know. Je connais, tu connais, il connaît, elle connaît. Nous connaissons, vous connaissez, ils connaissent, elles connaissent. So then the er ending verbs, so this is fine. So here we go to the first exercise of lesson 2. Associer les questions et les réponses. So you got to just match the questions with the right answers, and this is actually a question. The next slide we'll see the answers. So we'll see the question first. Tu as quel âge? Okay, so these are basics. You can see in the right side column you got 20 ans, 20 years. So that will be the answer. The second one, quelle langue vous parlez? And so the last option we got, it's chinois, Chinese. The third one, the third question, it's combien de stylos tu as? How many pens you have? So the number we got, it's 4. The fourth option, 4, 4. So the D1, vous comprenez le chinois? You understand Chinese? So the right side column, first option, it's pas du tout, not at all. Okay, pas du tout, which means not at all. And the last one, quel monument tu connais à Paris? So what monument you know in Paris? Okay, so La Tour Eiffel. So just the accent is missing over A. So this is actually the first exercise, and here are the answers for the first exercise. Associer les questions et les réponses. Tu as quel âge? 20 ans. Quelle langue vous parlez? Chinois. Combien de stylos tu as? 4. Vous comprenez le chinois? Pas du tout. Quel monument tu connais à Paris? La Tour Eiffel. So moving to the second exercise now. Poser des questions. Oui, poser des questions. Ask questions. So the right side will be the answer. Okay, so the right side will be the answer, and you got to find the question. The left side you got to find. Okay, so the given is Sylvia. Okay, Sylvia it's given. Okay, so we don't see the question here. Okay, so fine. So Sylvia is given. So it's a name. Okay, you got to ask like, what is your name? Où habites-tu? À Bruxelles. So Bruxelles, it's actually a city in Belgium. Okay, it's actually the capital of Belgium. Où habites-tu? À Bruxelles, for example. Tu es indien? Non, je suis italien. Okay, non, je suis italien. So you can ask like, tu es indien, tu es américain, tu es chinois, whatever. And the fourth one, it's tu connais bien le chinois? The question mark is missing. So you know well Chinese. Okay, you speak Chinese very well. Non, je connais bien le français. No, I speak French very well. So that way they have answered. So we have used another language. Tu connais bien le chinois. And the last one, so the answer is given près de l'aéroport. So near the airport. Okay, so what will be the question? Où est ta maison, for example? Où est ta maison? Where is your house? Okay. So this is one simple exercise. You can even write it on your own. Okay, you can even find a question on your own. So moving to the third exercise, Faites l'accord des adjectifs. So even we saw some adjectives last time, the last session, hope you remember. Faites l'accord des adjectifs. So the adjectives are given in the bracket, okay, but the adjectives given are in the default form, which is masculine singular form. Right? C'est une jolie robe. So you got to check the noun that follows. So robe, it's actually feminine. So what we do with the adjective, we add an e. Okay, so that's what l'accord means. Faites l'accord des adjectifs. So if it's feminine, if you are using the adjective for a feminine noun, we'll be adding e. If we are using it for a plural noun, so then we'll be adding s. Right? So for some pronouns. So the second one, son professeur est sympathique. His or her teacher is kind. So sympathetic, as we already saw the last session, so both masculine and feminine will be having the same spelling, same pronunciation. Sympathetic, sympathic. So we'll be having the same spelling. So the third one, nous avons une dash voiture. Grand voiture it's given. So the word voiture, it's feminine. So with the adjective grand, we'll be adding an e, so it becomes grande. Right? So the day, mon appartement est trop petit. So appartement, which is a masculine noun, so the petit remains the same. Okay, mon appartement est trop petit. It's my apartment is very small. So the last one, c'est une dash étudiante. C'est une dash étudiante. So the bracket, it's nouveau, which is a masculine adjective. So we change it to feminine. So nouveau, it's nouvelle. Okay, so as you saw, it's a different kind of adjective. We don't add e for these kinds. Okay? So voilà, so the third exercise, it's over. So in the bracket, in the place of bracket, you just write jolie, sympathetic, the ones which are in green. Right? So that's enough. No need to write the question and then the answer in your classwork. So here the fourth exercise, it's a normal conjugation, a classic exercise. So the verbs which are given in the bracket, you got to conjugate according to the subject. Right? Mettez les verbes entre parenthèses au temps qui convient. Right? We haven't seen any other tense so far. So we'll be using the present tense. Vous dash américain. The verb être is given. So we got to conjugate. Vous êtes américain. Il dash 18 ans. So ils ont 18 ans. So they are 18 years old. We don't literally translate. The age normally we use with avoir, not with être, not like in English. Nous connaissons bien l'Inde. We know India very well. Okay, connaissons will be using. Tu habites où? Okay, tu habites où? So the conjugation of habiter for tu, we add es. So the last one, elle parle 4 langues. So normal er ending verb conjugation for elle, it's you just cut r. Right? She speaks 4 languages. Right? So the next exercise, it's actually the fifth one. Complétez les phrases avec la nationalité. So complete the sentences with the nationality. Tremblay habite à Montréal. Il est. Okay, so Tremblay, it's a name of a person, lives in Montreal. Okay, Montreal, which is in Canada. Okay, so just by the name of the place, okay, they are given, the city they are mentioned, you got to find the country and then the nationality. Okay, Tremblay habite à Montréal. Il est canadien. Okay, il est canadien. So Canadien, which means Canadian. So the second one, Elizabeth est de Londres. Elizabeth is from London. Elle est anglaise. Anglaise, which means in English or British. Right? Elizabeth est de Londres. So Elizabeth is from London. So where is London? So London is the capital of England. Right? So she is in English. Elle est anglaise. It's feminine, so we add an e. Kartik habite en Inde. So Kartik lives in India. Okay, so it's in India. So he got to be an Indian. Il est indien. So Kartik, it's masculine. So we write the masculine form of the nationality. So in English, we don't have masculine, feminine in nationality. He is an Indian, she is an Indian. So that's how we say. But in French, il est indien, elle est indienne. We'll be having double N-E. So the last before one, Yoko habite à Tokyo. Yoko lives in Tokyo. Ale. Okay, so Tokyo, you know where it is. Okay, it's in Japan, capital of Japan, it's Tokyo. So she is Japanese. Elle est japonaise. Elle est japonaise. So the last one, Vladimir est de Moscow. Okay, Vladimir, it's actually a typical Russian name. Even the president of Russia, his name is Vladimir Putin. Okay? So Vladimir est de Moscow. He is from Moscow. He is Russian. Okay, for Russian we say il est russe. Okay? Il est russe. So careful with the spellings. So here we go for the sixth exercise. Choisissez avoir ou être. Choose avoir or être. So there are expressions that can be used only with avoir, and there are some which we use with être. Okay, we can't like change. If you change, the meanings will go different and it will be wrong. Right? So as I said you before, so the age will be using avoir. So for the first question, the first sentence, tu dash quel âge? So tu as. So the answer is AS. It's given in green at the right side. So please check. Tu as quel âge? So the second one, vous dash étudiant. Okay, so it's a profession like étudiant. So we use the verb être. We don't say avez. Vous êtes étudiant. You are student. So we use the verb être. The third one, il dash allemand. So allemand, which is a nationality, German. Okay, they are Germans. We got to use. So are, it's actually a part of the verb être when you translate. So for the subject il, it will be sont, S-O-N-T. Ils sont allemands. They, the D1, il dash des stylos. He dash some pens. He has some pens, right? He has some pens. So il a des stylos. Il a des stylos. And the last one, elle dash un appartement à Paris. She dash an apartment in Paris. She has an apartment in Paris. So again we use the verb avoir. Right? So voilà. So when you're writing in your classwork, so please copy it correctly, neatly, present it properly. And faites des questions avec l'adjectif interrogatif. So adjective interrogative, even we saw in the last session, in the last class, it's nothing but quel. Okay, the masculine singular, masculine plural, the feminine singular and feminine plural. Here actually we have used the masculine singular form for all the questions. Okay, so the right side will be in your book. You can find it in the book, and you go to frame a question. Mon nom est Sunil. Mon nom est Sunil. My name is Sunil. Quel est ton nom? Quel est ton nom? The word nom, it's masculine singular. So we use this quel, Q-U-E-L. The second one, so we have a number 93, 80, 27, 89, 12. And so it's a mobile number. So we got to ask like, what is your mobile number? Quel est ton numéro de téléphone? So again, you can see the word numéro, which is masculine. So we use quel, Q-U-E-L. So the third one, we have just marked 20 ans. Okay, 20 ans, 20 years. So it'll be like, quel âge as-tu? Okay, quel âge as-tu? So âge, the word, it's masculine singular. So we use quel, masculine form, Q-U-E-L. So the last before one, j'aime beaucoup la France. J'aime beaucoup la France. I like France a lot. So you got to ask like which country you like. Okay, for example, which country you like. So it'll be like, quel pays aimes-tu? Quel pays aimes-tu? The word pays, which is masculine singular, so we use quel, Q-U-E-L again. And the last one, il a 18 ans. Il a 18 ans. He is 18 years old. So we'll be using quel because the word âge, which is masculine, same way like the third one. Okay, quel âge il a? Or you can even use the inversion, quel âge a-t-il, right? So voilà. So moving to the next exercise. So the 8th exercise, it's you got to complete with le, la, l apostrophe or the indefinite articles un, win. Oui, compléter avec un article défini ou l'indéfini. So now we got directly the answers. Okay, Paris est une belle ville. Okay, we don't use la here. Okay, so first you got to check after the dash what we got. Belle ville, a beautiful city. Right? So beautiful city, it is a feminine noun. City, it's a feminine noun. So we use belle. So we use belle, the adjective in feminine form. And we use win, we use the indefinite article, because if you use la belle ville, it means Paris is the most beautiful city. Okay, so it is like universal truth. It becomes like an universal truth, which means no other city is beautiful. Right? So it's better we use win. Paris est une belle ville. The second one, Musée du Louvre est à Paris. Okay, museum, the Louvre Museum is at Paris. So we say Louvre Museum, the Louvre Museum, because we don't say a Louvre Museum is at Paris, because the Louvre Museum, there is only one. Okay, so it is like a universal truth. So we recently they have built a Louvre Museum in Dubai, I think. Okay, I'm not so sure about it. You can go for a check in internet. There is 2 Louvre museums now. Okay, one in Paris and one in Dubai, somewhere in Gulf. So normally this should be like un musée du Louvre est à Paris, but fine, we use le. Okay, so le musée du Louvre est à Paris. Then c'est dash beau monument. So it is a beautiful monument. So again we use the indefinite article here. So why? Because we can't use the definite, because if you say c'est le beau monument, which means this is only a beautiful monument. No, it's not the case. C'est un beau monument. It is a beautiful monument. Monument, it's masculine, so we use un. Et devant, on trouve une pyramide. And in front, et devant, which means and in front, before, on trouve une pyramide. We find a pyramid. Okay, a pyramid shaped, a glass one, which is feminine, so we use une. Right? Cette dash belle création. Cette une belle création. Same way, like we got a lot of beautiful creations in this world, and one of this is this one. Okay, the Louvre Museum. So we say we use the indefinite article. C'est une belle création. So voilà, that's it for now. The assignment for today will be like you just copy these in your notebook. Okay, so neatly, perfectly. So the heading of the exercise is in black, the questions in blue, the answers again in black. Okay, so leave enough space after each exercise. Just one line is fine. No need to leave a line after the heading. Okay, so write slowly, correctly. The next session will continue with the translation of this second lesson. Okay, so take care guys, be safe, bye bye.